however wide you want your box. And I will probably shift to a pencil in a minute because I'm just retracing the ones I've already drawn. But it's helpful that I'm in a pencil when I'm doing the bottoms and tops. You can always trace over in a pen. All right, so everybody have the two sides?
No.
Not yet? Okay, well I'm gonna fool with these other two extras. If y'all want to throw an extra one or two in, feel free. Notice the angles are going to be a lot sharper. See how that angle for this is sharper than these angles? It's because I'm closer to the vanishing point. And I want that straight. I just love these rulers. Okay, does everybody have at least two sides on one of the floating boxes? Okay, so the right side goes to the right, left side goes to the left on the sides. It's the opposite on the bottom. So here, I'm going to go to this box right here. Here's the point. Here's the left point. Well, if I aim to the right, I'd be going away from the box. So instead of aiming to the right the left, hello. If I aim to the left, I'd be going off the box. So because of that, I have to aim to the opposite. And this is where the kids would need an extra long ruler sometimes when they were going the opposite directions. Now, watch this for just a second. I'm going to shift to a pencil because I'm just going to draw down. And then I'm going to go over here and aim to here so I know where they cross. Okay? If I did it in pen, I might draw too far. But where those two cross is where the bottom of that box meets. But just knowing to aim to the opposite dot, and it should make sense because when you aim to the wrong dot, you're not even going close to the box. All right, see here? Can y'all see that line where it crisscrossed? When I'm further higher up, I'm going to see more of the box, the bottom. This one I don't see as much of the bottom, but I'm closer to the horizon line. So the higher up I get, the more of the bottom I'm going to see. I mean, the higher up it gets. Man, am I confusing y'all?
No.
Okay. Okay, so throw in another box somewhere. Oh, I'm going to show you this. What happens when one box is in the way of another? All right, so I'm going to do this box to where it's going to be behind this one. All right, so I'm going to draw it. I'm going to aim. It's going to be pretty big, but I'm going to aim to where it's going to overlap this one. Now, I stopped before I hit that. I don't have to, but I wanted to see the edge. Okay, and then this one I'll stop when I run into the box because I run out of space. Just like when you did the scroll and you ran into something, you stopped. Then I turn and do this up and down. And this is now behind that piece. And then I'm going to do however long I want this to be.
My barn would have looked more like a building had I painted that. You know, it was a little bit wonky.
Well, some barns are. But knowing this
helps a lot.
is going to help you see it. Now, here's a dilemma. What do I do here? I don't have my dot to know where to aim this side. So that's when you get your pencil and you go, okay, if this line had been drawn,
Oh, seeing through objects.
seeing through objects, remember what the thing I sent you?
Right,
Sometimes you have to draw through the object to see.
okay. That's,
So this is a case when this would help. The stacked objects that I sent in y'all's text. So sometimes if you see through an object, you'll know then how to proceed in drawing the rest of it. So now I know where that corner would be. So I can now figure out what the bottom of this box would look like. And that's the advantage of working in pencil, is you can erase those lines that were your guidelines, and no one will see them. When I taught school and we did projects like this, they had to start it all in pencil and then trace in a fine tip pen. And once the pen was dry, which didn't take long, then they erased their pencil. So it looked like just a pen drawing. Then they came back and colored it. But it looked more professional that way. Okay, is this making sense? Okay. All right, so I'm going to just do one more above the line, but I'm going to put it really close to the horizon line just to show you how, oh my goodness, if it's really close to the horizon line, you are not going to see much at all of the bottom. So you can draw one if you want or not, it doesn't matter. But it will be a very skinny, if not, you might not even really be able to see much of the bottom because it'll be so flat. See how you can hardly see that? And that's kind of what you ran into some on those flying shapes sometimes, when two ran into each other or there was hardly any space between. But it's the same kind of concept. So the farther up you are, the more underneath you'll see. The closer you are to the vanishing point, the straighter it's going to be. Okay, so now let's go down here to the bottom. Again, now this is an open box, but I'll show you how to do it. We still start with the line that's closest to you. So because I want this to be an open box, go further down on your paper and start the vertical, like in the lower third of your paper. Just do however tall you'd like it to be. And I'm going to do another one over here. Helps to get it straight. Okay. All right, so what do we do? How do we do our sides?
Aim up toward the right.
Correct. The right side aims to the right. However deep, long you want your box. Make this one long enough that we can see the inside, so it might be like an open, bigger than a shoebox kind of thing. And then we go to that same side and we aim to the dot. So we have 3 sides of that. Then we line our ruler up with our horizon line and come straight down. So we have the right side of the outside of the box. We good? All right, so now we're going to go to the left side. So we line our ruler up, make it fairly long just so that we'll have a chance to maybe see the bottom of your box when we create that. And always check that you have a vertical line and you're making sure it's straight up and down, and that's by using the pink lines, lined up with your horizon line. One of the best tools ever invented. I would have never wanted to teach this without these. Now, I will tell you, just last week, Mike Hartley, some of y'all know him. He's another one of my art students, and he's always online and looking at various stuff. And he came across a video teaching this. It wasn't using the grid ruler, but they had a surface that they could put a pin in. Like there would be a pin here where your horizon line would be, and a pin here. And he had a large, like a rubber band, wrapped around the pin. So when they wanted to do something on the top line, they would pick the top of the rubber band and pull it to where they wanted, and then just trace underneath it and pull it down here. So the rubber band would stretch down here, and you could line it up.
That's interesting.
It was crazy.
I like this a lot better.
To me, I like the steadiness of the ruler. But if I didn't have the ruler, I'd probably try that rubber band. Anyway, if I find it, I'll send the link to y'all so you can check it out. Now, same way that we did with the bottom, if I wanted to do these other two lines and I'm on the left side and I aimed the left, I'm going off the box. So this is when I have to shift around, change the direction, and if I didn't already draw this, I wouldn't know how long to draw the line. So you might draw yours too long and then come back and erase where they intersect, or beyond where they intersect. Okay? So if I want a solid box, that's how I would leave it. I wouldn't have anything else on it. It would indicate that it's solid, top, bottom, these two, and that's your top.
Right.
Okay? But I want to show you how to open them up, just like you opened up your flying shapes. If you want a box open, or if you want to see down into something, you need to know how to be able to draw it. So you're going to, remember when I did this top line here, right here, and I aimed over here? Well, what's at the bottom of this wall, or this side, is this wall or side. So here's another example of, drawing through. So if I could see through this box, I would be able to see that this is a side here. Even though I haven't, drawn it yet visually, I know it's there. So from this point, I'm going to line my ruler up, but I'm not going to draw. I'm only going to draw on the other side of this wall. So this wall is solid, so I'm going to draw from here like to there, because I might not know how far, as long as you line it up. I could have just gone like this and given you, like when you get to that point, that corner is going to be straight up and down. And then you go to this other corner over here. You don't see the interior wall, but you know it's there because of the shape that you have, and then you draw to there. So when you do it that way, I'll just trace it with my pen. Don't quite get it as straight when I trace it with my pen. It's a little better when I push against the ruler. But see, now you can see down inside your box. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want you to try another box somewhere. It has to be below the horizon line in order for you to see in it. Now you might not see far enough to see the bottom of the box, especially if you get higher to the horizon line. But I want you to try to draw a couple more just on your own, because that way you'll know if you got it or not. Oops, where did I move? Now I did do one where it was closer to the horizon line, and I opened it up and you cannot see the bottom because it's too close. So it's just a matter of, playing with it, trying different things, and getting used to aiming in the right direction. I'll come around and check y'all.
Okay. I don't know what I did on this one. What did I do?
Now let's see your road. Okay. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. This is vertical. That's vertical. This one's not in yet, so maybe just the fact that
What
it's.
makes it look funny. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then this side, yeah, you just have to put, that goes there. Then you'll have the top and bottom and know how to do the
Okay,
rest.
okay.
Yeah. How we doing?
Behind my
Oh, that's
box
okay.
again.
Okay, well, it could either be behind it, or it could be under it, to where, okay, you just erase this and this
Yes.
one's on top of this, that's fine. But your angles, your, everything, yeah, that all looks right. So here, you would just do what we did, where that's the bottom of the box, and the top of the box
Yeah.
would just come from behind there. Yeah, good. Look at y'all.
Getting there.
Yes. Perfect. What do you think? Isn't this neat? It's like, oh, how
Wonderful.
did you do that? This will really come in handy when you're out looking. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, keep
Buildings,
going.
architecture, yeah. all
Anything.
that,
Because it'll at least give you a foundation of what to look for. What direction. I mean, even an interior wall. I mean, you look at all the angles in
Yeah,
this
right.
house.
Yeah.
But when you're doing tile, there's doors, windows, even
Shutters.
a couch
Yeah.
is basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
Shutters, yeah.
Shutters. I like shutters, around a
Mm-hmm.
window or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And now take a look at this. What's cool? Flip it over. Still makes sense. Because you've done everything in relationship to your horizon line. So it doesn't matter what direction it is. it still works. Okay? All right, I'm gonna stop that and let everybody get up and stretch.